Hello everyone. Today, Friday, February 13th, 2026, Australia is facing some truly extraordinary weather. A massive, slow-moving system is dumping record amounts of rain across much of the country, especially Queensland and northern New South Wales. This isn't your average summer storm, it's a tropical air mass parked over Queensland, bringing days of relentless downpours. The ground is already saturated, raising the risk of flash flooding and overflowing rivers. What began in the dry outback has now become a major flood threat for millions along the coast and inland. The terrain in the east, with its hills and river systems, is especially vulnerable to rapid flooding. Many areas were already damp from the earlier summer rains, so the land can't absorb much more. Think of it like a sponge that's already full. Any extra water spills over, and that's exactly what's happening now. The next few days are critical for residents as this powerful system continues to impact the region. Authorities are urging everyone to stay alert and prepared for rapidly changing conditions. We'll be tracking this event closely as it unfolds. Stay tuned for updates and advice on how to stay safe. The scale and persistence of this rain make it a weather event to remember. Let's look at how it all began in the heart of Australia. The origins of this event are remarkable. Outback regions in the Northern Territory and South Australia saw up to 200 millimeters of rain. That's a year's worth of rain for places like Cape Lake Air, all in just a few days. Normally dry riverbeds roared to life with water levels rising by up to 5 meters an hour. This rare deluge is now flowing toward Lake Air, transforming the desert and triggering a burst of life in the ecosystem. While the rain brings challenges, cutting off roads and isolating communities, it also replenishes vital water supplies. For locals, it's both a relief and a disruption. The same rain that fills dams can also wash away fences and strand people. This dramatic event in the outback set the stage for the flooding now threatening the east. It's a powerful reminder of nature's cycles in Australia's harshest landscapes. The outback's transformation is rare, spectacular, and a sign of the extreme weather still to come. Now, let's zoom in on Alice Springs, where the impact was felt firsthand. In Alice Springs, the usually dry Todd River has been flowing since last Saturday. After 191 millimeters of rain upstream, the river surged through town, tripled the average February rainfall in just 1 week. This exceptional event turned the desert green almost overnight and drew crowds to witness the rare spectacle. But with the beauty comes danger. Fast currents and rising waters can cut the town in two and pose serious risks. Authorities have warned residents to stay clear of floodwaters, which can be deceptively strong. The flowing Todd River is a dramatic reminder of the power of this tropical air mass. For Alice Springs, it was just the beginning. The moisture would soon move east, threatening much larger populations. The town's experience was a preview of the main event now unfolding along the coast. As the system drifts east, the scale of the threat only grows. The story of Alice Springs is a microcosm of what's happening across the region. Let's see how the East Coast is coping as the rain continues. Next up, the Gold Coast gets drenched. As the system reached the East Coast, the Gold Coast and far north New South Wales were hit hard. Doon recorded 241 millimeters of rain in one night, an astonishing total. The Gold Coast saw over 100 millimeters overnight, the heaviest since Cyclone Alfred. Streets flooded, traffic stalled, and rainfall rates hit 30 millimeters per hour. Stormwater systems were overwhelmed, causing dangerous flash flooding. The Bureau of Meteorology issued severe weather warnings as the rain threatened to move north toward Brisbane and the Sunshine Coast. The ground is now waterlogged, so any new rain will quickly run off into creeks and rivers. The threat is shifting, but far from over. Let's look at how quickly these conditions can change. One of the biggest dangers now is how fast rivers and creeks can turn from calm to raging torrents. With saturated ground, most rain runs straight into waterways, causing water levels to rise alarmingly fast. Flash floods can develop in minutes, especially in hilly areas. The Bureau of Meteorology has flood watches in place for over 20 river systems, covering a vast area from inland Queensland to northern New South Wales. Even small creeks can become deadly obstacles in a short time. Warnings urge people never to cross flooded roads or causeways. Water is often deeper and faster than it looks. Rapidly rising rivers threaten homes, farms, and infrastructure, cutting off communities and inundating farmland. Many are watching water levels anxiously, hoping the rain eases before disaster strikes. The situation is evolving quickly, and vigilance is essential. Now, who exactly is on alert as this crisis unfolds? The Bureau of Meteorology has issued severe weather warnings for much of Queensland's coast and inland areas. Cities like Brisbane and the Sunshine Coast are at risk, along with the Northern Rivers district of New South Wales. Millions are under alert, with specific towns and river catchments named in the warnings. Flood watches cover major rivers like the Brisbane, as well as many smaller systems. Emergency services urge everyone to prepare, clear gutters, secure loose items, and have an evacuation plan. The key message: if it's flooded, forget it. Never drive, walk, or ride through floodwaters. These warnings are not just for the coast. Inland communities must also be ready for sudden flooding. Authorities stress the importance of acting quickly if conditions worsen. Stay tuned to official sources for updates and advice. The next 48 hours are critical for those in the warning zones. Let's look ahead to where the rain is heading next. The forecast shows this event is far from over. On Saturday, the heaviest rain shifts inland, threatening towns from the northern goldfields to the Maranoa and Warrego districts. Many areas could see another 50 to 100 millimeters of rain by Monday, on top of already saturated ground. Renewed river rises and more widespread flooding are likely. Coastal cities like Brisbane and the Sunshine Coast remain at risk, with unstable conditions and the potential for intense thunderstorms. Even brief sunshine doesn't mean the danger has passed. Flash flooding can still occur. The key message: stay vigilant, monitor warnings, and avoid unnecessary travel in affected areas. The situation is dynamic, and the location of the heaviest rain can change quickly. Keep up to date with the Bureau of Meteorology and local emergency services. Now let's consider what might be coming later this month. Even after this system moves on, the long-range forecast hints at more trouble ahead. Models suggest another wave of humid tropical air could return to Central Australia by the end of next week. If this happens, it could trigger another major rain event before February ends. With the ground already saturated, any new rain would quickly lead to more severe flooding. While long-range forecasts can change, the consistent pattern has forecasters on alert. This could be part of a larger, ongoing wet period for Queensland and Central Australia. For now, the focus remains on the immediate threat, but it's wise to stay prepared for what may come. Keep monitoring forecasts and maintain readiness even after this event passes. The active weather pattern may stick around longer than anyone hoped. Stay alert, stay prepared, and don't let your guard down. Finally, let's talk about how to stay safe and informed during these events. In severe weather, your safety comes first. Stay informed and prepared. Check official sources like the Bureau of Meteorology and your local emergency services for the latest warnings. Don't rely on rumors. Always verify information. Have a plan. Know where you'll go if you need to evacuate, and what you'll take. Prepare an emergency kit with essentials: flashlight, radio, first aid, medications, and important documents. Follow emergency services advice. If told to stay off roads, do so. Never drive or walk through floodwaters. It's impossible to judge their depth or speed. Remember, if it's flooded, forget it. Check on neighbors, especially the elderly or vulnerable, to ensure they're safe and informed. Community support is vital. By working together, everyone stays safer. Stay alert, stay informed, and look after one another as this extraordinary rain event continues. We'll keep bringing you updates as the situation develops. Take care and stay safe.